reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy.
I'm going to sound like Cody Rhodes trying to spit a promo. I've had my lower teeth removed, so I'm definitely going to be having a little bit of a lisp.
I mean, it works for Cody.
It does work for Cody. He does actually embody the lisp very well. Plus, he doesn't cut a bad promo. I'm not saying he's a bad promo cutter. It's just he definitely has that lisp still. His father's lisp.
He got from his daddy.
Yeah. Son of a plumber or something or other. But you drinking anything special over there, Q?
I actually have a regular the Starbucks K-Cup like normal, and I think about half a Pepsi.
That's me. I just got some water because it was 113 degrees today. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay hydrated today. I also had some blood taken, but that's aside the point. Freaking, it still stays 100 degrees over the weekend. We're not going to deal with that, though, because we have other things on our plate for the weekend. Starting off with a couple humble bundles. The Point Blank Bundle. A lot of first-person shooters for relatively cheap. $15 gets you 7 items, such as High on Life, Exfil, a pretty okay extraction shooter that's been getting a few updates to gain a little bit more positivity. Wild Bastards by the developers of Void Bastards. Super Hot Mind Control Delete. I'm okay with Super Hot. Rising Front, a World War I combat with some voxel animations. Postal Brain Damage, one of the best postal games to drop in the last decade. And Empty Shell, a procedurally generated horror shoot-'em-up game. All of it helps out the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, which basically is, in short, our First Amendment rights, as well as full equality for LGBT people, establishing new privacy protections for our digital age of widespread government surveillance, ending mass incarceration, or preserving the right to vote or the right to have an abortion. A few humble bundles today, so I'm just going to zoom right through them. Strangely, I wish they had given actual packs of these instead of just singles, but even still, $10 for all 8 of these items with the Better with 4 Friends co-op bundle. Spider Hack, a game where you play as a spider flinging around with either laser swords or guns. Moving Out, a very disorderly game where you have to maintenance your time as well as your space. Fling to the Finish, a very unorthodox game where you are stuck to one of your friends and have to maneuver around things. Unrailed, a very interesting Minecraft clone, I guess I'll call it, because you have to craft your way into getting better pieces for your train. Ember, a firefight sim that is a little unorthodox. Towerfall Ascension, a very fun little beat-em-up style game. Arrivals of Ether, a Smash clone that I kind of like. There's a lot of good mods for this right now. And Portal Knights, a game that I guess is another Minecraft clone that has light RPG elements to it. I can get down with those. $10 for all that helps out the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. Pretty straightforward on it. Helps out 88 cents of every dollar that they get goes straight to their research. Ugh. Trying to talk without teeth is a little difficult.
You got this, bud.
3 more. The Best of Humble Bundle, WB Play the Legends Bundle. This is a pretty goddamn good bundle. $12 for 16 items, including all of the Batman Arkham things, such as Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins, Arkham City, and I think that's all of the Arkhams. Injustice 1.
There should be Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knight. Should be 4.
Okay, there is 4 then. And Gotham Knights, the one that came out 2 years ago?
Yeah, but that's not connected.
No? Okay.
No,
Uh,
that's a whole separate thing.
the spiritual successor for Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood, MKXL, as well as MK11 Ultimate, Fear, the Ultimate Shooter Edition. Kind of bummed that Fear 2 isn't a part of this one, but I digress. Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War. Mad Max, the two parts of the Watchmen PS3 game that I was surprised popped on PC. I didn't know it had a PC release. The Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and yeah, that's all of it. Holy cow! I said $12 gets you all of it, and it's more than worth it. For the Raiden Science Foundation, unites the community to drive the advancement of cures for rare diseases that impact children, starting with UBA5 disorder. We are overcoming research barriers in the world of rare to deliver life-changing therapies. Our aim is to create more than just hope. First I've heard about these guys, but go and help this one out.
Sounds like great stuff.
Yes, sir. I've been out of the tabletop games recently, but this one might haunt me back in. The Witcher tabletop RPG by R. Talsorian Games. And from what I can gather, even though you're only getting 6 books for $15, each one of these books are a tome, like at least 300 minimum pages in each of these books, starting with the core rulebook, a book of tales, tome of chaos, a witcher's journal, lords and lands, and the easy mode for those who want to have a little bit more of an easier time through the RPG elements. And it helps out the Children's Miracle Network hospitals with its very famous hot air balloon. Basically getting better healthcare services, pediatric medical equipment, and charitable care. And last but not least, the Humble Monthly changed, also known as the Humble Choice, with some really good-looking games. One that I don't know too much about, but I'll explain in a second. Persona 5 Royal, I would recommend that one, worth the $12 that you would pay for the Humble Choice. Banishers, Ghosts of Eden, had a lot of trailers that I looked through and I said, huh, it looks very action RPG with some very harsh decision making. It looked very narrative driven, and I might hop into this one when my Humble Choice pops up. My Time in Sandrock. If you don't have this on Game Pass, I recommend it as a crafting clone. It's got a little bit of Harvest Moon elements in it as well. The one that I don't quite understand is Let's School. For those who haven't played the 2 Point School or 2 Point University, I'm sorry, or any of the 2 Point stuff, this one adds a little bit of a Japanese flair to it because this is how Japanese schools are ran.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I do like it. I just don't I will need to learn a way to do such, but it does look like fun. Little Gator game is pretty straightforward. You play as a little gator, and you have a lot of games to play. Let your little make believe world, and you just go around and either create havoc and chaos, or try and figure out what's going on with your friends, because apparently one is missing. Uh, Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip, where you play as Terry and you're having a good time. Think Goat Simulator, but you can actually speak to other people. It's wild. It's very the trailer for this game gets very wild. Wild Mender, another little craft 'em up, but with some survivalism elements such as hunger and thirst, and a little bit of magic, so that way you can create things a little bit more easier and quicker. I might hop into this one too because it has this really unique art style that I haven't seen in a very long time. War Pigs, a interesting game that looks like Advance Wars meets a tower defense. Might hop into it as like a time waster. And a playtest that goes from the 8th of this month to the 29th of this month called Axon. And it looks like a Hades clone. A roguelite adventure that you have a little bit of hack and slash. I will definitely gather this before the 29th because it's keys are first come first served. If it is out, it is out, and they are just wanting to get some people to give their general opinion of this game.
I mean, I did like Hades, so Hades clone could potentially be fun.
Mm-hmm. And then as the last couple of months, I've been activating them. IGN Plus has been giving some stuff, and even with their 1 month of free things, they usually include giveaways, other playtests, and some guides that you can only get with IGN Plus. I've been we've been kind of hating on IGN for a little while, but lately they've been slowly increasing their trust back within me. Not saying that I'm gonna activate this month's because they almost billed me after I had pulled my information out. I don't know. That may have just been a hiccup on the computer side, but even still, you get a month of IGN Plus, and it helps out. Donor's choice. Basically, Donor's choice allows you to choose where the money goes, whether it's for hospital, for educational, or for economical. So it's not a bad little thing. But dupe. Oh boy. Quincy and I both have a nice Nintendo Switch. And Nintendo Direct did a thing on the 31st, I believe. Yeah, 31st. And nothing new. Nothing really new popped up on it. A bunch of things we already knew was going to be coming, or things that we could have guessed were going to be coming, such as Just Dance or the EA Sports Soccer. Monster Hunter
Now,
Stories.
were a lot of these pitched as Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives?
No, some of them actually were leaning toward Nintendo Switch One. Um,
Okay.
Such as Chilling by the Fire and Apex Legends. They said is going to try and run on Nintendo Switch 1, but hey, if you have Nintendo Switch 2, you're going to get the boosted frame rate, the better gameplay, and so on. I was like, okay. Once Upon a Katamari is scheduled for the I believe for the I think Switch 1. I believe this one's for the Switch 1. Once Upon a
Okay.
Katamari has all of the things that the Katamari Damacy has already pulled out, all of the music from the Katamari games. Namco has basically said this is a compendium. This is all the music, all the gameplay features, everything. Ship it. So this is the Benefacto, basically the definitive edition of Katamari. Monster Hunter Stories. I was neutral to Monster Hunter Stories. Never really dabbled too much with it, but it's cool to see that they're still Capcom is still working on the stories portion of it, adding in all of the new monsters that we have found in Wilds. And then later on, it was talking about Chronos, the new Dawn, the spooky, scary salvage game. That has some very interesting elements to it. This one's gonna be, I believe it is Switch 2. Yes, this one's Switch 2 on September 5th. It's fine. It's a little kooky crazy. And then it went into Yakuza 1 and 2 getting announced for the Switch 2, and I said, well, this is fine. I would hope that they had some better minigame support for their motion controls, because that would be a good idea. Alas, nothing of announcement for that. You get new songs with the karaoke. You get they said that you get golf support, but I'm not 100% on that. I would like to see actual gameplay, like a person doing a side by side for the golf minigame. But from what I can figure, it's just tap A to do it. Some DLCs, Romancing Saga getting an update. Nothing really too much until the end, where Square Enix says we are still making video games, a lot of good video games, such as the Adventures of Elliot the Millennium Tales, a 2.5D game that is very Dragon's Quest 3, definitely its new hybrid form. It seems that there was a lot of stuff left up on the table, and they said, well, we're gonna go ahead and throw it out there and make a very full-fledged game. Um, this looks good. This looks
Yeah, that's pretty
fine.
cute.
Yeah. Music plays that I'm sure is going to be copywritten. Is fantastic. Very reminiscent of a lot of old school Square games. And then Octopath popped out and said Octopath Traveler 0, the prequel to the first game. And I scratched my head and I said, I haven't finished 1, but I was like, didn't the age start with Octopath Traveler 1? So I guess this is a lot of excess story that I will need to crawl into once I finally get done with Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, which are on Game Pass still. So I'll have to climb through both of those in the near future. I just don't have 40 hours to also dedicate. But brilliant
Well, who
visual.
does?
Yeah. They said that there was going to be another direct in the near future talking about all of the actual upcoming Nintendo games, such as the Nintendo Classics, adding on more. Chibi Robo has been recently added to the GameCube expansion pass, and I think one more has been added to the Super Nintendo game one, but I did not have that written down. One that I probably didn't care too much about. That might have been the reason. But Nintendo's been pushing a lot of their partner showcases, and I'm proud of them for actually putting this whole thing together in a relatively short time. However, another game that's always updating, Marvel Rivals. I like Marvel Rivals as a conceptual, very tough, competitive game. However, it gets a little wacky.
Well, people are ice skating uphill.
Yeah. And they're dumb motherfuckers. Well, oh wait, no, there actually is a dumb motherfucker that does ice skate uphill. Luna.
Yeah.
Ah. But even still, Blade is a fantastic character, balanced off the cut, which is very interesting to say for an online game that is this competitive. Overwatch has
I'm glad
never
they're putting the time in and testing and whatnot to, not fucking break the game every time they release something.
And once again, more skins. All of the skins look fantastic on these characters. What is it? Cloak and Dagger are going to be getting a really good upcoming skin, I think tomorrow? Either tomorrow or the day after. But even still, they are just... NetEase knows how to really put together a good, well-compounded game that blows the fuck up out of Overwatch. And is going to keep blowing the fuck up out of Overwatch, because this shit's fun. I like it. I'm appreciative of it. It just makes me salty. Because I can't trust anyone else to heal. But a surprise. Last weekend, QuakeCon had popped around, and during QuakeCon, a few here's and there's of whispers, but something of interest from Night Dive Studios, Heretic and Hexen, a collaboration. If you owned one of them on Steam, you now have this wonderful collection that has HD re-rendering, full widescreen support, Andrew Hirschholz's remixes. If you're used to his music already, it's pretty dang good. I was stunned. I was shocked. And then I think it was, a day or two later, it popped up on Game Pass.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of free shit.
I am also a fan of free shit. But I had recently popped into Hexen just to listen to one very key note that I could have played here in this trailer, which I'm going to play here in this trailer.
Greetings, mortal. Are you ready to die?
Ah, so fantastic. 1992 all over again. But for those who have never played Hexen, be prepared to do a lot of backtracking. For those who never played Heretic, be prepared for a bullet hell. These were the early tough games of the 1900s.
I don't like when people call it that.
Yeah, no, I really love Heretic. Hexen's just one that you're just gonna keep going back and forth and getting lost, but very fun nonetheless. They also, each game I believe introduces one new chapter. I believe Heretic has one called. Hang on, I know it's toward the end. I think. Faith Renewed, and then the other one, Hexen has Vestiges of Garandale. And then even on the internal of the game, you can go and get the MP3s or the FLACs, the FLACs, of Tome of Power, which is the Andrew Hirschholz's remix for all the game. It even has a community published mod support, so in case you want to do a little bit of modding for the game, guess what? It is now source code allowable. You can now edit anything you want into these games and upload just straight onto the mod support page, and you'll be able to get them from in-game, I believe on both console and on PC.
Nice.
Oh, and Nintendo Switch gets a little bit of a hand gesture. The Nintendo Switch can only get ones that are curated from guys at id Software, so that way it doesn't blow up the fucking poor hardware, which is a bit weird. Switch 2, on the other hand, perfectly fine. Speaking of Game Pass, all of these games have released over the last couple of weeks that we've been away, but they're all pretty dang good. I've never played Assassin's Creed Mirage, but I may take a moment and download it. I heard Mirage was the last good one. Would you
I don't
say?
know. I didn't play Mirage. I haven't
Mirage?
played since Valhalla.
Okay. I wasn't Mirage before.
No, it's after.
It's after. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll hop into it and I'll take a peek because Valhalla, just a lot of
Yeah. So Valhalla was 2020. And then they did like DLCs the following year, and like the next following 2 years, and then Mirage was 2023.
Oh.
And then they did the VR thing in 2023, and then they did Shadows this year.
Yeah. Okay. Then I might hop into this one, take a peek. Hopefully, there's not a lot of moving around and big long stretches of land that I need to progress through. Nine Kings, which is a top-down-ish, I guess, real-time strategy is probably the best way to put Nine Kings. Rain World, a platforming adventure, a little bit of a Metroidvania with a very deep story. I actually really liked Rain World, and I'm happy to see that it's hitting Game Pass. Aliens, Fireteam Elite. Is this the top-down one?
No, this is the one where you go in with like a team of like 3 or 4 or something like that. I played it solo, so mine were like the computer supports.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's not the top-down one. The top-down one is already on Game Pass. I can't remember it.
Yeah, I thought it was a vice versa thing, but Citizen Sleeper 2, the Star Wars Vector.
Dark Descent.
Oh, thank you. I like Citizen Sleeper personally. It's a really interesting storytelling game that hits a lot of very rough subjects, especially for a cyberpunk-ish universe. It also has some dice-ish elements, skill checks, if you were. I like it a lot. I think the first one is also on Game Pass, so go check that one out before you hop into the second one. Lonely Mountains Snow Riders, a skiing adventure that makes me wish I was just playing Snow Free. MechWarrior 5 Clans, for those who really want to just smash robot into another robot. And a game that's an atrocity to even say, Orcs Must Die Death Trap. I like orcs.
Why is that an atrocity? Oh, because you like orcs.
I like orcs. Orcs don't deserve to die. But I mean, all these games are available on Game Pass. I'm slowly starting to see more and more value coming to Game Pass for like reasons to purchase Game Pass. But everyone is like, but Microsoft doesn't care about these companies that they're purchasing from. This is arguments that I'm seeing online. I was reading one on Reddit the other day about how they're not paying the people when they're taking it into Game Pass. And
well, while they should be paying them more, no one's forcing them to sign the contract.
That is true. That is very true. And also,
it's difficult because like I agree, pay artists, pay game developers, all that. And I've seen the mix too. I've seen some game developers that are like, this saved us, and I've seen other ones that are like, I feel like I could have made more money selling it directly.
Yeah.
Plus,
what is Ubisoft making right now?
Well, I mean, Ubisoft releasing shit this way is probably the only way anyone's going to play Ubisoft games, but they keep going the fucking route they're going.
Yeah.
But it's more about the little guys. I've heard mixed. Like, I'm not worried about the big studios. Like, I don't care whether or not Ubisoft's getting their money.
That's
But it's about the little guys that I worry about. And I've heard mixed. Like I said, I've heard some that are like, yeah, no, like it saved us. And then I've heard other ones that are like, yeah, I feel like I could have made more, or I know
that
I could have
is
made more.
that
So,
is definitely fair then. I mean, yeah, hopefully there's a lot of really good agreements that go on behind these closed doors that help out the smaller companies. Hmm. But speaking of small companies that have grown big, Sega has put out House of the Dead 2 remake for the Nintendo Switch, and I was like, if I didn't want to bust out my Switch, this would make me totally bust out my Switch. I love House of the Dead. I'm a huge fan of arcade games like this, and seeing it actually get a full re-render, and this just looks like fun. I would probably kill the entire game in a day. Um, I would like to see more of these. I would like to see almost all of the House of the Dead games on the Switch because it looks like it would be really good to port onto the Switch. I would hate to say it, but give us more light gun controllers that are actually available to use on LCDs. Because that's the only issue we don't have light guns in today's time is we don't have the availability to use light gun support.
I mean, I feel like you could kind of do something with a Switch. The Switch is like the closest this would work with.
Yeah, with the motion tracking and whatnot, and
Yeah,
the
I feel like
IR sensor.
if you're actually using, especially because you can buy like those things that you put the Joy Cons in. If it's actually using the direction you point the Joy Cons in, like that would make me want to buy it there over buying it on any other platform.
That is true. I can definitely see it being a purchasable in the near future if it's not too pricey. But it is available now on Nintendo Switch's eShop. All right, let's rip this band-aid off. Quincy and I are okay with mobile gaming, but are very confused why it's getting big.
Listen, I get it because your phone's always you can't take an Xbox with you places. I
That's
understand it. But when you go through and decide as a studio that you're going to completely skip making a full blown game to make a half assed transaction heavy mobile game, you lose my interest. And when people show that they don't want that from your studio and you snap back at the fans, you lose my interest. Because at the end of the day, while the saying, the customer's always right in a matter of taste, um, it is one of those things you need to listen to your customers, and it feels like a lot of times it feels like game studios are telling us you're gonna like what we give you and you're gonna fucking deal with it.
okay.
Um,
While this is
and
true,
that's
while this is true,
well,
let's take NetEase for example. NetEase has done a lot to really promote their games, and they even did a good computer game with Marvel Rivals, which is doing astronomically well for a full free-to-play game. And then they pull out something such as Destiny Rising. I've seen so many trailers about it on TikTok and YouTube, even. And I'm sitting here and watching them, and they got fishing back. They have the Sparrow Racing. They have dual wielding hand cannons and sidearms. They have really neat looking armor sets that we don't have over in the main game. They have supers that look fantastic and really hard hitting compared to my Thunder Crash that I've dumped out ages ago because now super support in D2 is wading through mud. They made Destiny look fun again.
yeah. But the thing is, they're taking all the things that they're listening to the fans sit there and say, "Hey, we want this back. We want these pieces of armor. We want Sparrow Racing. We want this. We want that." They're going, well, instead of giving it to you in the main game, we're going to put it on the mobile game so that you'll go and spend money there because we're having troubles getting you to spend money on the main game, and we wouldn't be able to charge you for them on the main game. We'd have to give them to you for free because they were already there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the game's still going to be mostly cosmetics that you're buying, I still feel like there's probably going to be a good amount that's going to be behind a paywall.
So you are correct. So for weapons, that is the gotcha. So in order to roll weapons, you gotta pay their form of new glimmer to get the rolls. So basically, you can earn them through PvP or doing tasks or their version of patrols and their version of or hanging around their version of the tower and emoting with other individuals. So even in a social aspect, you're still earning the currency, but albeit at a slower pace. They said that they have a full roadmap that is going to have one dungeon and one full-size raid that will have actual Destiny style mechanics. To which I said, "Ooh, that's either going to go over really good or really rough because mobile." So I am excited to see where this game goes. I am pre-registered because I just want to take a look at it. I want to see the fishing. I want to see the weapon play. I just want to see it all. I want to see how this is going to perform comparative to Destiny 2 that I've been playing for the last 7 years. August
Yeah.
28th. August 28th.
But again, I sit there and go, they put the time and effort into this rather than the time and effort into fixing Destiny, where people have been very upset with Destiny for quite some time now.
Yeah. Maybe they'll just hire some people at NetEase and pull some stuff over. Hopefully. I have been playing a thing last weekend, and I got very happy with it because it brought me back to 2013 when playing a military shooter wasn't sliding all over the place and wacky cosmetics. It brought me back to the Battlefield 3. And when I played this, I had that dose of nostalgia, and I said, this is great. The destructibility, the availability to move from one point to another was great. The being available to pick up someone and move them out of combat, fantastic. Being able to kill someone with a defibrillator unit, fantastic. Everything's all good. I'm just hoping they fix a few things with the one that is going to be available in 7 hours and 55 minutes from the time I am speaking because they have a
Did you
second
say what
weekend.
this is?
Oh no, I don't think I did. Battlefield 6.
I was like, I don't think you addressed what game this is.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I was so excited. But yeah, Battlefield 6 brought me back to the feeling of playing Battlefield 3 and a little bit of Battlefield 4, and I was like, holy fuck, this is fantastic. I already have my favorite maps. I already have my least favorite maps. Liberation Peak can go suck a fart because there's so many goddamn snipers. Um, I'm here for the next one, which, as said, starts up in a little under 7 hours. And there is going to be a new map, Empire State. So I'm fucking hype. This map.
Yeah, I saw like the fact that you can build your own maps, right?
Yes. And with the building of your own maps, they're hoping that they could turn some of those into actual uh community official maps. Yes.
Breathing life back into Mario Maker.
I mean, I would like to build my own map.
I bought Mario Maker for my Wii U. I played it one time.
Wasn't a fan.
I didn't like how much I was gonna have to grind to unlock shit to do the making process, and a lot of people make ones that straight up aren't winnable because they think that's fun, and it just wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah. You look at the ones that have like a 3% win rate, and you're like, nah, on to the next. But to be able to build your own city war fighting area, that's great. I even have my little stats here because it showcases every weekend has their own stat block. Not a great KD, but I did pick up a lot of people with 335 revives over the weekend. I only played 28
I'm not
matches.
sure. I'm not sure I want the game telling everybody how bad my KDR is.
I neutral to this because I was using an LMG and I was laying down a lot of suppressive fire, so that's on me. But I was picking up a lot of people. I played a lot of matches, got a lot of assists. That was me. I am a support. I don't sit in the front lines. If I say we need to push to capture, I'm not front running. So that's the only reason why I don't have that good of a KD or that good of a total kill. But I do pick up a lot of people on my way around. I'm excited for tomorrow. Play anything else, Q?
No, I haven't really played anything. I've been pretty substantially busy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I haven't really gotten into anything.
That's fair. I guess it's time for But Up Shoe News. I really like the look of these shoes. The Abominable Snowman comes to life with these furry Nike Dunk Lows in a very nice, I guess I'll call it aqua blue. And a nice little dangler with the Yeti and a swoosh in his arms. That is fuzz. It looks like I'll get dirty immediately, though.
Yeah, always with these fuzzy shoes. I would not buy these.
And they're only available in kids sizes, which is funny.
Well, I feel like that kids would want these. I could see that.
You don't see a happy mom wanting one of these?
Oh no, I could definitely see that as well. But I feel like it's a safe bet that kids are gonna want them.
That's true. Other than that, the Nike has a little bit of snow on it. And I think on the make your own tracks on the inside. Oh, and Nike's frozen on the back. Other than that, nothing too standoffish from it. But and now for this horror show, Chuck E. Cheese, Pizza Time Theater, and Bull Airs as an interesting collaboration with a very horrifying Mr. Munch, I guess is the best. I don't know Mr. Munch. I don't want to know Mr. Munch.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I only had one Chuck E. Cheese birthday party when I was a kid, so yeah.
I had 3, I think, total. But yeah, Mr. Munch looks a little weird. But when I saw the second image of the Chuck E. Cheese's with the lace face, as they call it, which is a cute way to sell that, this one looks a lot better. Has that like fake wood with the actual color scheme of Chuck E. Cheese. I said that one definitely embodies. But however, $400 with 100 pairs, limited edition. If you happen to like Chuck E. Cheese's this much, go and check it out through bullairs.com.
I always
Available.
wonder how much it cost them to make these shoes.
Probably not too crazy, but the fact that it is limited, I would assume that that's where the profit kind of goes into, because the Mr. Munch ones, the Dunk Lows, the actual high top ones, are they high tops? They're high tops. $450 for that one. Only 50 made available. That's wild that they made even 50 of them. But I mean, they both look good for what they're supposed to be. Would I wear them? No, God, no. No. I worry a single scuff. Then again, I just don't put that much money into shoes. Further down on them though, there is the Gundam ones that I had noticed as well. The RX 71-2 and the Zaku Model 2, the red ones. They look fantastic. Having the actual mobile suit holding it up also is a pretty good thing.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
But $450, goddamn. Goddamn.
For shoes that I would never want to wear out because I wouldn't want to ruin.
I would definitely buy the Zaku ones and I would wear them, but I would wear them to like something nice. Like this would be my nice shoe, you know?
Got a night out. Got to put on the mobile suit shoes.
Gotta get the Zaku's on. A few other different types, but go and check out if you happen to be a huge fucking nerd and want some comfy shoes for around $400 on bullairs.com. But heading over to the Crocs side of the world, ones that I would actually purchase if I were to purchase some Crocs.
Nobody should purchase Crocs.
But what if they're Microsoft Windows XP themed with Clippy?
Listen, man, I like Clippy just as much as the next guy, but no.
Well, shame
When they
on
got the
you.
bag.
Yeah, the clear see-through bag. I like it. Or no. Oh no, it is.
No, it's yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice. I thought it was a clear one. Oh, that's weird. So the bag is the wallpaper from the Windows XP. I guess just standard desktop. That.
Yeah, it was the standard. Yeah,
But
the
on there,
default.
yeah, the default. That's the word I was trying to find. Uh, Internet Explorer button, the old Microsoft MSN News button, a pointer, a recycle bin, and a file, and of course, good old Clippy. Clippy is the highest resolution thing on this shoe. But then the shoes themselves, a green but with a sky blue front and the clouds. I like them. I personally like them. I would probably purchase these because childhood. Probably something like $70 to $80 for these ones. We're just gonna do.
I was at Famous Footwear over the weekend, and they had the Mater Crocs.
Howdy, Mater. Where's new? Is there new arrivals? There's Gushers. Yup.
Oh my god!
There's a Mickey one. There's the Fantastic Four ones we talked about 2 weeks ago. The Demon Slayer one we talked about a while back. Where the hell are these?
They're probably not out yet.
Oh. Exclusively to Microsoft employees through pre-order.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
I'm gonna destroy Microsoft. I want to purchase them. But even still, there's the shoe news. But hold on, I'm gonna look at the Gushers. $80 for the Gusher ones, but they are very vibrant rainbow and has just all Gushers on them. Not bad looking, but yeah, they're definitely Crocs. Still sticking around the clothing bend, a new website caught my attention called Nerdy Wave that has a lot of wash tees that have very nice graphics on them, such as Silent Hill, horror movies, Dark Souls, Attack on Titan, a bunch of animes as well. Reject Humanity, Evolve into Crab, memes. They have a couple memes on here. And I just kind of wanted to plug that they were holding a really interesting deal. Buy 3 shirts, get 10% off. Buy 4 shirts, get 15% off. Buy 5 shirts, get 20% off. And free shipping on orders over $39. And I think the most expensive shirt I've seen was $26. So take that as you will. You can get a whole bunch of shirts for very inexpensive on nerdywave.com. Heading over to the more expensive side, Sega and hiddenppf.com have a collaboration with Jet Set Radio. And the Jet Set Radio that's going to be coming out in September. I am unsure of when that is going to actually drop, but even still, they have a collaboration of clothing and merchandise. I like them, but I don't want to spend $65 to $75 just for a t-shirt. That's where I kind of go, that's a bit much. Or $150 for a hoodie.
Yeah, those are some pretty intense prices.
You want to know the worst part? All the ones that have these blurred, pixelated things, those are sold out. Which means all of these have been getting sold out.
I thought they were just trying to be clever that it's like, until you hover over it, it's not unlocked.
Nope, they are sold out, which means a lot of people bought this Beat Outline Coach's jacket for $250.
You ever see something like that where you're like, that item always sells out every time I see it, but I've never actually seen anybody wear that item?
Because they just keep it in their fucking closet, never to wear it. But it is a bit strange. What's this Casio G-Shock? Ooh, I like Casio watches. Very classic. And then accessories. Yeah, this is all their stuff. This is all their branded stuff. We don't want none of that. But yeah, Jet Set Radio and hiddenppf.com. Only if you got a lot of money that is burning holes in your pocket. But you could also help us out by supporting the Throne down in the description of our Twitch channel. I added a couple Pokemon booster boxes and Magic the Gathering booster boxes in case you want to help out Quincy's gambling addiction.
Hey, I wouldn't
You
call
like
it an addiction.
Would you or would you not like to open a pack of Pokemon cards right now?
That's neither here nor there when you're calling it an addiction. Yes, I would. I have
Okay.
not bought any in a couple of months.
Yeah. So help us out. Go and support the
That's
throne.
because they're also
As for me, I would definitely love to open up some of the Final Fantasy collector packs. They were going for $320 a pack.
That's insane.
And not everybody, not all
Tom
of the
started on the random ones.
not a lot of people have found the numbered chocobos yet, so I would really like to hopefully gather up some of those packs and find one and get a lot of money. But DC has announced a Batman and Static Shock Beyond comic run, November
This is
12th.
cool. You know, we got to see older Static show up in Batman Beyond. At one point, they've done a lot with the Beyond comics. This might be pretty cool. I do love me some Static Shock.
I just didn't know that Static would have been in Gotham. Where does Static live?
I don't remember. I don't know if he actually got like one of the made up cities or not. Let's see. Dakota City. I knew that. I don't know why I didn't know that. I knew it.
But you have to admit, Batman Beyond had one of the more cool openings.
Oh yeah, no, Batman Beyond had the best opening.
All right, let's rip this Band-Aid off. I was okay with Homestuck.
I knew nothing of this.
Who?
I said I know nothing of Homestuck.
That's fair. Homestuck, a pretty good webcomic, where it started off as just a kid enjoying his 11th birthday. I forget what his, but it is his birthday, and he gets a new game, and he hops into the game, and he's enjoying it for the most part, and he talks to someone across the internet, to someone in a literal edge of space alternate dimension. But he doesn't know that. He doesn't care for that. But there's something weird going on in his home. His dad wants to celebrate. Okay, well, that doesn't seem too out of the ordinary. But the dad wants to celebrate in a different way. And that freaks out the young kid. And there's a lot of inside jokery. There's a lot of strange jokes. There's a lot of awkward memes. I don't know if this would work as a TV show.
Which is what they're trying to do, right?
Which is what they're trying to do. Andrew Hussey has made his website hard to access. So if you want to watch or go through the webcomic, good luck, because I ran into a whole bunch of 404 errors and gateway negatives and all that.
It's an old website.
It is an old website, but you can still keep up the domain, you know. Plus, some of the Flash animations have fallen off. So if you wanted to watch the original Scratch, you have to find it here on YouTube somewhere. Point in case is, Hussey doesn't really care about that website too much anymore. Why are we working on a new project when your old project has fallen off? What makes
my guess? There's no money in the website, but there's money in a show.
Well, what's funny about that is he was selling merch. He was coming up with merch. He was selling merch.
But if nobody's buying it, then...
Yeah, that is true. I don't know if anyone was buying it, but he was making merch. What makes this a bit more of a collar pull, in my opinion, is it's done by VivziePop, the individual behind Hello Boss and Has Been Hotel. That's the other one.
Okay, what's the problem with that?
Their jokes don't really correlate into Homestuck, in my opinion. So I don't know how that's gonna kind of combine.
There's the animation studio or whatever behind this, right?
Yes.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't mean their jokes have to be in there. They just have to animate the scripts that they get.
Right. There is bits and pieces that I would like to see in animation However, I just don't know how it's going to translate from the webcomic that was at a pretty slow pace, where you can absorb it, to an actual animated show that's going to be hitting you moment after moment after moment. You can miss something. I would like to see from beginning to scratch. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch this pilot. I just we'll see. We'll see the pilot once it drops. I believe nothing has said about the date, just that it's coming soon. So I'll keep an ear out, keep an eye out. But for those who don't know what Homestuck is, don't go looking it up. That's a rabbit hole. That's a huge rabbit hole. Badu. Universal Classic Movie Monster figures, thanks to NECA. Available only at NECA Store, thenecastore.com. I really like these ones. Very classic looking, with Dracula, the Mummy, Wolfman, and Frankie.
Yeah, I thought these were pretty fun because like they really tried to make them look like the old school toys.
Mm-hmm. I don't really see very many collectors of the old school anymore, but these definitely look fantastic. Do they come with any accessories? I don't think they do. I think it's just them and the blister pack packaging. Yeah, just them in the blister pack packaging. Not bad. I like the packaging. Very old school. I do. As well as the Batman, the Robert Pattinson style vehicle, one that looks like a Dodge Charger on crack.
App description.
I mean, but I do like it. It does look really cool. It has a fucking jet engine on the back as well.
I wasn't super sold on the car in the movie. Like I was seeing the trailers and whatnot. I was like, and then like I saw the car and use it well in its scene. But all in all, as a design, meh. But the sounds that the car makes, the sounds they designed for the car, that was great. Like you take that sound and put it on a more traditional Batmobile, I would really like that.
It sounded like two Hemis going through a turbo. It sounded fantastic. But I
Yeah,
do
there was like
worry.
a slight like air whistle to it.
Yeah, it had that very unique air pushing, but at the same time very solidified that you were gonna go fast. Um, it's just the vehicle, mind you, not the figure itself, but the vehicle. Available at McFarlane Toys Store or Amazon. Available for pre-order. Badu. The Toy Collector magazine. I never knew that they actually had a magazine for toy collectors, but I do now. And the figures on the issue 19, September, October of 2025, has four very nice looking figures of Kiss fans, I would assume, or are they actually the
Yeah,
Kiss
yeah.
members?
No, I think it's supposed to be fans because like they're in like Kiss t-shirts, wearing the Kiss mask, holding like
Goodie
bags. I think
bags.
those are supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really do like the look of them. Very basic one, $15 get you the magazine. It also has their little shout bits of Inside Jazz Wears Vault, Jack's Simpson line, the horror figures, A Tale of Two Joe shows, and more. For those who actually collect a lot of toys, this might be something to grab so that we can keep on the loop. Ba-do. A really nice Ultimate Vincent Price 7-inch scale action figure. I'm a huge fan of Vincent Price. I haven't seen that many things that he's in, but everything that I have seen him in has been fantastic. A memorable laugh, a memorable voice. Um, he was a radio horror master, right?
No, no, he's acting.
He was mostly okay. Uh but he comes with a lot of really cool added pieces, such as his cookbook, a candle, a raven, What was the other thing that he had? His teacup and saucer. A cigarette. That's a very uncommon additive for a figure. And
Yeah, but you got to figure this isn't actually being sold as a toy for kids.
no, yeah, you
You
are
know,
correct. You are correct.
yeah, this isn't
Uh,
going on the shelves at Walmart.
Plus a different change of face between his younger and older self, as well as a change from his ascot to a tie. Oh, and a bow tie. A lot of oh, and a skull, Scotty, and a record. Did he make music?
Um, he voiced on music. I don't know if he
Hmm.
made like I mean he's the opening to Thriller.
Yeah. Do 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 do
Um,
do.
he did stuff with Deep Purple.
Hmm. Well, even still, it comes with a record. A bunch of cigarettes, 4 cigarettes. Um,
Well, the, when you finish one,
I just have them lined up. And a black cat. That also comes with it. Not a bad figure if you're wanting to set him up in a good grotesque horror scene. I do. Uh, you told me which one this is, and I'm dumb and forgot which one it is.
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Uh, a really nice Batman 3-pack set, or action figure assortment with Batman, Catwoman, and Penguin. A very short-looking Penguin.
Which I mean, it's how Penguin should be. I'm assuming this is supposed to be. I mean, it just says DC Comics Classic Comics Toonie Classic Series 2 action figure assortment, but they remind me of Frank Miller's drawings.
They definitely do give off Frank Miller's big hulky man.
Although that's not so like that is his Catwoman, but it's also not his Catwoman because his Catwoman has like very different ears and I don't know, like it's weird. It feels like a mixture of things because like that Catwoman isn't right for Frank Miller, but the Batman very much looks like a younger version of Batman.
He definitely does give off the Flashpoint Paradox one. The his father.
Um, Thomas Wayne,
Yeah, the surgeon.
and again, like it's not quite his Penguin, but it's also
Not his penguin.
not like it's not his Penguin, but there's similarities. Because at least I think we got a Penguin from. I'm pretty sure we got.
Hmm. Constant 6-inch figure. Tunic and Gotham. It also comes in a blister card packaging with bonus cutout backdrops. Pre-orders are now at thenecastore.com. Let's go to the web address and see how much they are. $45 for all 3 of them. That ain't too bad. Tuning Classics line, a fun take on the beloved characters from film, TV, and pop culture. It doesn't even say which one it's taking it from.
I'm assuming it's kind of like the goal's kind of like
An amalgamation.
an amalgamation. Because like I said, like it's like almost like a young, happy version of his Batman because it's not quite his Batman, and then the ears aren't right for the Catwoman. Yeah, so I don't know.
A very unique take on them. But the first issue of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has dropped, I believe, as of yesterday. And I really like this cover. But and last but not least, hubba.
Did you see the Fortnite TikTok with the Power Rangers and then
Oh yeah,
and then the TMNT?
yeah, that's a crossover I didn't expect. Speaking of which, the Power Rangers and Halo have crossed into Fortnite, and that's
Hasn't Halo been there?
no,
Huh.
not until this season.
No, yeah, it is because because there was that video of the kid freaking
Oh, that's
out
right,
at
the
the new
Master
Halo
Chief.
thing. It's the Fortnite dude.
That's right. Oh, just Master Chief, but we got
Okay,
Reach.
so now they've got other people. Okay,
Yeah, we got
gotcha.
Reach. And we got the energy sword finally, which is kind of one of the big things, and everyone's getting all frustrated because they can't have the lightsaber pickaxe, I guess. And I was like, well, deal with it, Star Wars nerds. Last but not least, we have Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Autumnal? Jin. I'm okay with gin. I've only had gin maybe a fistful of times, and it has to be mixed. I can't do gin on its own. But I love the
Not gonna.
bottle. I love its look. It is a really good one. The company's name is As Above, So Below. The I believe Judas Priest lyric, I think. Um I like its logo. It's a very classical logo. Only 40. Oh, hello. How you doing? Uh $45, I believe I said it was. $43 for the Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Autumnal. The Autumn Gin. um Not a bad price for a gin, personally. I think fucking Ryan Reynolds gin is like 50 something, so
Okay, I have had his gin.
yeah. Let's go.
With orange juice. That's what I had
Aviation
it with.
Yeah,
That's
aviation gin. And he even had a Deadpool version of his gin.
I wanted to buy that for James. I don't know. I'm seeing it here like $28, $40, $15, $28, $16, $60, $60 for the Deadpool one.
Okay, then that makes sense then.
I can save $10 on it apparently.
Okay, yeah, $27 I can see spending for it, but for the Deadpool one, oh, I see 25 for the Deadpool one.
Oh.
Hmm.
Should we be showing this much?
Just as long as we're not ingesting it, unless we have the thingy tagged. There's also a Wolverine one.
Was there?
I'm looking at it. I'll have to do some scouting around, but even still, I last I saw it was it was about the same price or more. 3 bottles for $33 a piece. Nah. Elvira deserves the money a little bit more though, personally. I like Ryan. He's probably the one of the more dateable folk, but I still would prefer Elvira's probably. I'm very curious.
I just don't know anything about gin. I can't speak on whether or not it's good.
I say mix it, but if you need to have one straight, do some searching, do some mixing first before trying it straight. See how it is, even with something. A little bit of orange juice, or a little bit of cherry liqueur, or what is it, cordial, cherry cordial.
You think like grenadine?
Something that allows it to become hyper diluted with either fruit flavor or something that will overtake its gin flavor. Because having gin on its own, I do not recommend. But alas, that is all I have for today.
That's all I got.
Oh boy, let me take a drink before. Delicioso. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to follow us on our socials. Quincy over on Threads, me over on Twitter. I'm still messing around on Twitter because, well, I've actually managed to block out all politics from it. So if you want a politic-free area, but also like rats, wrestling, Godzilla, mecha stuff, go and give me a follow on Twitter. As I mentioned,
sorry, real quick. I'm just looking through the aviation gin thing. There's someone that's trying to sell one of those Deadpool bottles for $333. They're like, but there's free delivery. Get
thanks,
fucked,
bud. Thanks, bud. As I mentioned before, go and check out the Thrones. I just updated it with a whole bunch of really cool stuff. If you happen to want to support the channel as well as said, support our gambling addiction, I'm putting us together on that. There's
I'm
also
still just not seeing how it's a gambling addiction. I stopped.
Well, if you get a pack that re-enables you, does it not?
Stop whenever I want.
If I hand you a pack, you can't open it. Then I don't know.
That's just mean.
But there's other things that can help out the stream on there. I believe I added a new stream deck, as well as a few other bits and bobs that can help out for future things. Remember to check out Zenny. No big deals, but they still have their Eco Blooms, which is
And their
their
prices are pretty superior to other glasses companies that I've seen.
Oh, yes. I think even at their lowest, I saw I can get another pair of the glasses I'm wearing right now that I purchased through Zenny for only $23. Plus, I believe they even have marked up their shipping to be $49. So they're getting better thanks to the tariffs. Check out Humble Bundle if you happen to want to get a whole bunch of cool stuff. Once again, fucking Hero Forge has absolutely nothing for sales, but they do have a bunch of new added features where you can add a second character onto that same mini for a small cost. They have premium plastics now available for those double set of characters. I'm actually really impressed that they have advanced so much in their 3D printing ways that they add like multiple paints for each mini. I'm looking at a few of the things on their Twitter. Not bad. And I believe that's it. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, please love one another and don't make fun of my lisp. It's free to do. Night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Son of a plumber.